Well, our next speaker is Mr. Ehsanul Hoque. He will speak on how to write a Canadian-style resume. Mr. Ehsanul Hoque's short biography is he holds Bachelor of Business Administration and Master of Business Administration degree from North-South University and American International University. He has several years' experience in human resource and administration position. He is holding the HR and admin position of Impulsion Investment Incorporation. He also holds sales and finance position in banking industry. He originates and leads the human resource practices and objectives, oversees recruiting and staffing, coordinates and implements policy development and documentation. Please welcome Ehsanul Hoque.
Hello. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me? Hello. Okay. First of all, thank you, everyone, for coming here and participate here, at least watching us and listening to us. Thank you very much for BSAUS for organizing such a nice arrangement, and it's a very good environment to talk, right? So we were expecting more people to come and watch us, actually, but still okay. Maybe next time we'll keep doing it, right? First of all, I'd like to thanks to Shamim for such a nice and motivating presentation. And my presentation is going to be how to write a Canadian-style resume, right? Everyone here know how to write resume, for sure, right? But we used to work back home, we used to write resume according to the culture, right? But here, what they need is main focus, what we are going to talk about it. I'm not going to go very details how to write. It's everyone's job entitlement, job responsibility is different. We are here, a lot of people from different background as well, right? So most of them here is students. They didn't have any previous job experience. Maybe they starting fresh. And most of us know how to write their resume based on their education background. But how to impose those things in a resume that's gonna reflect to the employer who's gonna see all your resume, right? And what to focus on. That's the main thing I'm gonna discuss here, right? Okay, why do you need a resume? This is very first question that we're gonna discuss. So your resume is your most important job search tool. It is meant to leave a lasting impression on a prospective employer. It must be able to highlight your achievements in a compelling and concise manner. In most cases, having the best resume often gets you hired. The overall objective of resume is to provide you with the opportunity to interview for a job. It doesn't never guarantee you a job. It's just you getting the interview call, and the rest is up to you. But getting to that stage is very important. What if you send a resume, you never got a feedback from them, and you're still thinking, I was a good candidate for that position, but I never even get a call from them. So that's why it's very important to prepare your resume properly. Employers are looking for people who will both fit into the culture of their company and bring value to their organization. You should think of your resume as an advertisement. Yes, as an advertisement. The resume represents you. It's very important. And you are the product for sale. I have a pop quiz for you guys. What is the initial amount of time an employer takes to review an applicant's resume? Any idea?
30 seconds.
15 seconds. 3 seconds. 1 minute.
Any other question? Any other answer? Guess?
8 seconds. Just a glance.
Approximately 15 to 20 seconds is right. Maximum 45 seconds. And now question comes, 15 seconds? What do they see? Right? Okay. Here it is. This is an example of a resume. And as you guys see, the name, objective, core competence, your professional experience, education, additional skills. First, we look at the name. What is your name and your address? Where do you live? At a glance. And second, we look at you see the left panel over here? The left panel here? Yes, we look for where you work. It is very important. And now you guys can ask question, what if I don't have a job experience, right? Because most of us here are students. So where did you study from? Highlight those stuff in here. Say, in this case, Jane Smith, right? And where did where was they working? Is like 3M Inc., the big name, right? We don't want to see what your job position is. We don't want to see at that initial level. And also very important, career objective. We look for some keywords that relate to what position you're applying for. Very important. Put some keywords so that at a glance we can see that. That's what they're looking for. Very important. Now, Canadian style resume, my main presentation, right? Okay, what are the things Canadian style resume looks for? First of all, a Canadian style resume is a document that indicates an employee's skills and experiences and what they have achieved in their last job. To create a Canadian style resume, it is very important to put it down in a chronological order. And we all know what is chronological order is. Telling what the name of the job is, where it was, from what years you worked there. Very important. And then write an achievement-oriented statements telling what you have accomplished, what were the results of your action that you took in your past job. If a job seeker has experiences in other countries, list on your resume. Tell what you did in that job, but more specifically, tell what the accomplishment was, the achievements, and what were the results. The employer in Canada is not interested to learn the duties of what you did. They want to know what you were able to accomplish and what was the results. Like, do you save money for the company? Did you increase any sale? Did you create a new system for the company that was beneficial for the organization? For the clients, that's what employers want to see on the resume. If you have volunteer experiences, you don't have any job experiences in Canada, put that on your resume as well. Employers are going to be interested about this kind of work that you have done. If the work is related to the job that you are applying for, put it down as an assignment. Put it down as a project. Tell what you did in that volunteer work. Tell what you achieved in that job. Employers want to know what you have done while you have been in Canada. Whether you have been actively engaged in Canadian workplace and Canadian community. They want to know what you are, an action-oriented person, and you are doing things to help the community. One of the best format is accepted and appreciated by the employers in the workplace in Canada is chronological resume. This is a resume that will list in a descending order telling what you have done. As an example, from 2015 to 2017, you work in this organization. From 2012 to 2015, you work in that organization accordingly. When applying for the job, it is very important to look at the job, determine what the skills and experience that they are looking for on the particular job. Then evaluate what you have to offer them. On that particular job, yes. Do you have specific skills and experiences that matches to the job description? Once you determine that you have the specific skills and experiences, indicate that on your resume and tell what you have to be able to accomplish. The overview of the sections for resume, the main sections goes with contact information, the objective statement, experience, education, and honors and activities. Keeping the layout of your resume clean and easy is very important. Stick with one standard font, using bold and italics if necessary, to focus what you want to focus them. Begin with your name, address, phone numbers to make it easy for a potential employers to contact you. We highly recommend your email address. The email address should not be something funny. It's very important. When an employer looks at your resume, they see something game. You're playing games here? No, you're not. It's your resume. It should be formal. It should start with your formal name. Say, my name is Ehsanul Hoque. Something start with ehsanul.hoque or _hoque at Hotmail, Gmail, whatever it is. But it is very important, not Ehsanul plays cricket. Right? So, yeah, it's very important. Do not give personal information such as your social insurance number, your age, height, weight, and more specifically, photo. We used to give back home, right? We used to give our photo. Why? No, not here. It's not working here. So you guys, when you apply for a job, you're not, as an attachment, don't insert your photo. Just your simple resume. Do not require a photo. Okay, next, what we have here. The contact information section here provides information to help prospective employers to contact you, right? So, presents first impression. So first of all, make it not more than 2 pages. Don't put lots of information there. Be specific. In the contact information section, it's usually on the top side of the resume. It consists of name, of course, address and phone number, email address, I talked about it, website, if you have any, based on your job description, fax number, if requires, any other modes of contact. Maybe you can add LinkedIn, you can add, don't put your Facebook for sure. LinkedIn is okay. The next one, the objective statement should not, usually it's a 1 to 3 lines, often in the form of a sentence is fragment immediately below your contact information so that we can find some key words. That's very important. Don't make it more than 5-6 lines. 3 lines is very appropriate. Don't make it a big. They don't have time to go through everything. They just look for the keywords. And you should emphasize key qualifications, skills, very important, helps the reader find what they are actually looking for, makes a good first impression, relates company goals to personal goals. The experience section provide information that is related. You can tailor your experiences based on the job description you're applying for. Very important. Sometimes you're doing, say, I'm from HR background. I do, in my role, I do CV sorting. I prepare training notes for the employees. I might do the payroll. I might do the organizing the interview session and stuff, right? We do a lot of stuff. But the job what I'm applying for might not need a lot of stuff. It might need focus on payroll. So focus on the payroll, that what you have done in the previous job as a payroll employee, like as an employee who is doing only payroll. Back home, we have experienced a person doing a lot of stuff. They are doing even the admin job, like everything. But here, be specific what the job description is. If the job description says this, be particular to that. That helps your resume stand out for others and in the stack. Construct your professional identity is very important. The basics, the company name is very important. That's what we see. We go through the company name. Position is very important, what position you were in. In most cases here, you might be CEO back home for an organization, but here, you're applying as a fresh. They don't know you. They don't know your qualification unless they look at it. Tailor it. I mean to say, put your company name there. Maybe focus on the job description, not mentioning the CEO. When they see you are a CEO of that company and you're applying for a mid-level job, they're not going to hire you. First of all, they're going to think you are overqualified for that position. You are not suitable. So tailor it. Date of the employment is very important. Say if you have a job doing from back home or here from 2012 to 2015, and there is a job gap between your job, right? Maybe you are doing a job from 2012 to 2013, and there was a gap 2013 to 2014. You work for yourself, right? So don't mention it there. You can talk about that if you get a call for an interview. Don't mention your time. Just don't give too much information for them to decide at the first glance before they meet you. You need to tailor it sometimes. Where should you place this section? Very important. Some of them say, I have a job experience, and you, as a student, you don't have a job experience. So you should put your, as a student, you should put your education first, and then put your job experience later. So which area you are strong in, put that in the first, in the order, and then put your job description later on, so that you can focus on your education. And in the education section, I'm going to discuss it later, but in the education section, put all your related work that goes with that job description, so that the employers can feel that, yes, this guy has a lot of knowledge about this job, so that we can at least give a call for an interview. This is our main goal for a resume, to get a call from them, not hired by them. So I just put some notes here. Should the education section be placed above or below the experience section? Which is stronger, your education or your work experience section? How much relevant work experience do you have? Place the strongest, most relevant section closest to top to the page. The education section, Emphasize your participation in relevant activities and any honors you have achieved. Try to focus those stuff. Any simple thing that you did, don't hesitate to put that on your resume. It's very important to put everything as long that matches with the job description. Even, I'm gonna discuss something about the volunteer work I already told, right? If you did any kinds of volunteer work, put that in. Try to relate with that job description so that the employers get a feeling that you know about this thing. You are active. Okay, other names, awards, membership, volunteer works, I told you, fills up the white spaces. Be compact. Don't create any space. Don't put any space so that it feels like you're trying to stretch it. Just be specific with your resume so that they can see at a glance and they can take a decision within 15 to 20 seconds to get a call. And these are the same stuff already. You have to put the school name, which school, the location, date, the degrees, and GPA, yes, no. Sometimes we don't need to look for GPA. Sometimes, yes. If you have a higher GPA, it's good, it's appreciated. If you think you are an average student, but you have confidence enough to get a job, it's okay. We don't need to. By the time we go through the interview, we're gonna ask you. We're gonna decide based on your work, based on how smart you are. It's not necessary to go through CGPA on the resume. A formula for success, yes. Tailor for your audience. Make sure you put the right thing in the right place. Use appropriate heading. Include required content. Organize your sections. Strategically means what are the things that needs to be there. Very important. Develop your description. Make your descriptions parallel. See through a potential employee's eyes so that they can call you. And that's it. Actually, if you have any question, if you guys need any, I know you got everyone here have a resume. If you want any idea, anything, if you want my help to just verify, just to say, Ehsan bhai, can you just check my resume, whether I put all the information or right or wrong, please send me an email. It will be really appreciated if I can be your help. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time. If you have any question, please raise your hand.
It's your section of the contact information.
Section of the contact.
Yes, there is.
Is this one you're talking about?
Yeah, the name and the phone number. How do?
Okay, it's sorry for the font. It says Jane Smith. Yes, address. Just put like your address. Simple.
Phone number.
And the phone number.
Canadian style phone number.
Canadian style phone number +1. Include +1 because you. Yeah.
This is right.
Is this make sense?
And the
Yeah.
column is
Yeah. Very simplified. Very simplified.
But somebody, if you don't put like this, they will disqualify.
Yes. That's why I said 15 seconds. You need to be very precise and you need to be very organized with your resume. Any other question? Yes, please.
What should be the standard size of a resume? Length?
I said, depends on your work. Say you are applying for a customer service job. Shouldn't be more than 1 page. Focus on the customer service work that you did. Simple stuff. Don't go very much in details. They don't have time. They get thousands of resume. They need to sort it out. Just focus on what you did. Did you did any volunteer work based on that relates to the customer service? That's it. 1 page is enough. And you don't need to put a lot of information there. It's as simple as that. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
do we need to include the reference section?
Nope. Reference, unless it's a very high-level job, you don't need to. Because they, yeah, go ahead.
I'm asking because the first presenter mentioned something about the importance of referencing or networking something.
Yes?
For this reason, I'm just asking.
No, reference, you can just put reference available upon request. They are not going to call your reference unless they confirm with you first. When you see them, yes, reference check is very important. The time we decide that, yes, we're going to hire you, not before that. For a CV, resume, I tell you, it's only guarantee you an interview, nothing else. So you don't need to put a reference. Is that okay? Okay. Anything else?
So I had a question. Mrs. Sami already asked it, so I'm good.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yes?
If I have understand you correctly, then you mentioned that in the experience section, give the most relevant experience first.
Yes.
I was just wondering, does there exist any such norm that I should give my latest experience first and the...
That's the chronological resume I meant. Always put your present, current experience on the top so that we can see what you're doing now.
Okay.
And later on, what you have done.
So like the most relevant experience, by that you meant that like in that particular job, the most relevant thing that goes with in which I'm applying?
No. The most relevant experience, say you are working now and you applied for a job. The top, in the experience section, the top part, you're going to put your current job experience. And then later on, accordingly. Yeah. Because maybe what you meant that what if you put the most relevant one. That's why I tell you, the most relevant thing, you can put those stuff in the objective section. That what you did, what you're doing, so the keywords. But eventually, that's going to be a call for an interview. And then once you go for an interview, you can discuss whatever you want. You can tell them that, well, you did this, you did this, that is very relevant to the job description that you're sitting for an interview. Exactly.
Excuse me, I have one question.
Sure.
Here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes, sometimes job posters ask to include reference, and as you have already said that you should not include reference. So if they ask to include reference, should I include the reference in a separate page or?
No, not a separate page. At the very bottom of your resume, you can put that. Very bottom of the resume.
Thank you.
Yeah. And if you get a call from them, that means you are hired almost. You just need to prove yourself. So yes, a reference, you can add a reference, but based on your job description. If you are in a mid-level or higher, usually they ask for references, but other than that, for a customer service position, they're not going to go through the references unless they talk to you. Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, I have one question.
Yes, please.
For example, I did a job in my earlier organizations, and now I'm applying to a new organization. For some reason, I had no very good relation with my earlier employer.
Yep.
So in such a situation, I don't know. I'm in a critical position that I cannot share the immediate past employer information, but I need to. But my employer is asking.
Yes, you can definitely share it with your current one that I don't want to share my previous, say you got fired from that company. It's very simple. You got fired. And the previous employer, they're not going to give you a good reference as well. So why you are taking so much time for the new employer, they're going to call them and they are not going to get a good response from them. You don't need to, right? So try to be specific with the new employer that's saying that I don't want to, I have an issue with my ex-employer. I don't want to discuss that employer's name as a reference. Find someone different. It's not. It is very. It is going to be a very good if you can give your ex-employer's reference, but it's not mandatory. In that case, your case is a different story, right? In that case, you might put someone else's reference if you get a call from them. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
How is the word, and when you choose the word when you write a resume, does it have to be exactly same as it is advertised, or you can choose something?
Usually, yes. Very good question. Usually,
How do we look at it?
yeah, like a lot of organizations, they have a software. They search for keywords. The job description they give for an advertisement, they look for the keywords. Yes, you can add those keywords in your work experience. Say you did payroll, right? Put the word payroll in there. Sometimes it's very you get the advantage because sometimes they go through a software that looks for the keywords. We used to do it in Grameenphone. When I used to work in Grameenphone, we used to because we used to get thousands and thousands of resumes every day, right? So we used to go through a software that detect the keywords that we set.
And did they pick those?
They pick, yes, from the responsibilities, they pick up those keywords and they sort, like say from 1,000, we get hundreds. And out of those hundreds, we go through with the 45 seconds or 20 seconds. Out of that 45, out of that 100 resume, we choose say 40.
Do they do the same?
Do the sorting thing.
Do they do the same thing here as well?
I hope so, yes. Most of the cases, they don't get like thousands of resumes, but yes, they do sometimes.
So the words we have.
Words are very important, specific. Not exactly, don't just copy and paste all the words, rephrase it. Rephrase it, yeah, sometimes. Don't just put, I did payroll for this one, I did payroll for that one, I did payroll. No, just do something different so that they can find something different.
I have two questions for
Sure,
you.
please.
So in the objective section, I have a question. Should we add what value we will add to the company, or just focus on what skills we have?
It's both. It depends on what kind of applicant you are. Say you're an experienced person. Focus on your what you did. Focus on what is you're capable of, what the keywords that we are talking about. Focus on that. Okay. Say if you don't have experience, focus on what you can do for them.
Okay.
It's very simple. Focus on what you can do so that they can see why they're going to hire you. Why? These are the reasons. At least at a glance, they can look at it and they can say, yes, I'll pick this guy, not that guy. I feel like I have a feeling he's got that motivation to work. He's got that experience. Not the experience, maybe you got that skills for that job to get an interview call. Okay?
Yeah. And my second question is, if you want to describe your jobs, you have different jobs, so should we start with, suppose, organizing this, managing this, or we should use different types of verbs? You mentioned in your...
Always, yeah, this is a very good question, yes. Sometimes it happens, say, you are from this background. Say, I'm from an HR background. I'm working as a banker here for the last 4.5 years. It was hard for me to put my resume in that case because I don't have a banking experience here back home. I just came here. In 3 months, I got a call from bank, and I was hired. Since then, I'm working with the bank. So in that case, I had to prove that I can do such job. I had to put those keywords to get that job. I had to tailor my resume according to that job so that at least I can get a call. Once you get a call, it's all up to you now how you're going to present yourself. You need to be very smart. You need to be very accurate according to your job title, according to the they want. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation. So I have a question like, while writing the education background and your experiences, like, is it better to write very long sentences or like present it in a table format?
Very short, very short. Say you did this. It's a very big sentence. Try to minimize it in small words, in key words, so that, say, they can understand easily and they can get right to the point. Try to be focused on some keywords, some verbs to use. Say you organize it, you prepare it, you increase sell, you just put the numbers, increase sales by this number. That's it. That's what they want to know. They don't want to see the whole history, what you did for the company. They don't want to hear that you create a software named this, that software do this. No. Just say, I created this, the software, and that helps the company sells by this number. Done. Full stop.
So you are saying just a sentence?
Just a sentence.
No. I was asking if we can make a table, like which schools did you went to? So you make it this school, this university, this.
Yeah. So I'm going to show you one more time here. It's just a sample. Say this, in this case, the 3M Inc. This guy James Smith was an administrative assistant, right? And he worked from April 2006 till present, till now. So these are the way you should put. You don't use any table.
Okay.
This is the right format. Very right standard format to put your resume in.
Okay, thank you.
Any other question?
I have one more question.
Yes,
so,
please.
could you please share your email and this sample with us first? And my question here is if you take a look at the verbs here, is that Jane used is suppose read. If you can zoom in, yeah. Suppose go to your experience. To the jobs, yeah. So read and analyze incoming or conduct research or coordinate. So these are, we are kind of ordering. Suppose if I see this one, I think, okay, this is just going to send me, okay, I should coordinate it or I should conduct it. So should we use like this, or we should say, okay, conducting research, coordinating and directing office services, and the next one, suppose preparing invoices.
Are you talking about this one? Sorry, core competence?
I'm talking about professional experience.
Oh, yeah,
And under administrative, instead of suppose read and analyze, I can say reading and analyzing incoming memos, or the next one conducting research. To me, it's easier. But
it's easier, but the way you should present to them is more like this one: read and analyze, not reading. This is the way you're talking about is reading. It's continuous tense, right? But we don't follow that one in a resume. This one just follow according to this. This is a standard one.
Okay. I thought that maybe suppose if it is read and analyze, it's saying to the reader that the reader should read and analyze, or the reader should conduct the research.
It's the way you use sentence, right? You can do that way as well.
Okay.
It's no harm, but make sure you follow the keywords.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ehsanul, for your very useful session and useful talk. I give a big hand for him.
Thank you very much.